Yo, 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 what's good? It's your boy Wilson from EmceeTV. You watching EmceeTV, the podcast, with you, as with me always, my homie.
This your boy Bigg Ray West, B-I-double-G, representing the west side of Des Moines, Iowa, not to be confused with the West Coast, and they know.
Ray, what's happening, bro? How you doing?
What that don't do, man. I'm doing great. It's NFL Sunday. Hello.
I love it. I love it. You know what I'm gonna do real quick, just because I just rehooked everything back up. I'm going to come off the headphones real quick, and I'm just gonna monitor us on YouTube itself in real time, just to make sure that there aren't any, just to make sure there's nothing out of control with echoes or whatnot, because that's.
Ray's out of control.
Yeah, we're good.
Steve's out of control. This whole podcast is out of control.
It's nothing worse than when we get into the middle of an episode and I'm like, oh yeah, we're running smooth, and then all of a sudden somebody goes, bro, you got a hell of an echo.
Yeah, on everything.
But now we're good. I just heard it. It sounds crystal clear. So I've been busy as shit lately, man. I was in Des Moines. We were in Des Moines, I should say, at Woolies on Tuesday of this last week. Yeah. And we rocked the Chris Webby, Jaron Benton, Whitney Payton, Otis Julius, Bigg Ray West, Cellar Boys, Crisis Child, and Dewey show, along with the homie Bigg Ray West and T-Bear up in there. You know what I mean? Holding it down heavy.
That was done.
Yeah. And that was a phenomenal turnout. I think we got a great response, and I think we put some eyes on your music of people that hadn't seen it before. So that's ultra exciting.
Yeah, definitely. The crowd was beautiful. The crowd was deep. You know, it felt like there was a few hundred people up in there. You know. Man, I'm blessed to have the opportunity to rock Woolies, man. Shout out to the Woolies staff, you know what I'm saying, and management for being ultra cool to the locals and, you know, not treating us like complete trash. You know, that's always appreciated. Man, shout out to all the promoters, man, and shout out Steve Wilson at EmceeTV, dog.
Appreciate you, bro.
Me and T-Bear did perform there, man. We are, like he said, our music got exposed to a way bigger crowd. You know, we're lefties babies, you know what I'm saying? So we always be up in lefties. This was our first time being up in Woolies, and it was a great experience, and I hope to do it again.
Yeah, it was very cool. It was a lot of fun. We got a lot of people joining the podcast right now. Thank you to everybody joining the room and coming to kick it with us. We do this for y'all. You know what I mean? We do it with y'all, but we also do it for y'all.
Right.
This is just a quick recap right now, just touching base. But so after we left there, I worked Wednesday, and then Thursday, mid-afternoon, you and I were talking, and I said, you know what? I'm just going to go down to Kansas City. I had talked to Strawstone, and you know, he said, cool, slide through, come rock with us down in KC. And so I jumped back on with the tour down there and got some pictures and video footage and shot a quick recap reel and was hanging over the freeway, filming cars. And I was doing all sorts of craziness down there. Grabbed me a little Jack Stack's barbecue. And caught the show at the record bar.
Stack's barbecue. You don't know nothing about no Kansas City barbecue, Steve.
I was all up in there, bro. I was all up in there. And then I linked up with Papa Cal, DJ Papa Cal.
Hey.
And he followed me back from Kansas City. He came up to kick it with his kids for a trick or treat. And then recognized game, said salute. But yeah, so Cal came up. We were supposed to link up Friday morning before I went to work, but I was a mess. And we didn't get back till about 3:30 in the morning. I don't think I got to sleep till 4:30 after I unloaded the car. And then I was back up at 9 a.m. going to work. And yeah, that little 3.5, 4 hours of sleep was not enough. But I went into work, did my thing, knocked it out. And in the middle of my shift, all of a sudden this dude comes walking by, and I went, oh shit, I think I know who that is. And then I heard his voice, and I was like, I definitely know who that is. I was running on zero sleep, and so I said, hey, Busy, what up? Egg on my face. He didn't hear me. He didn't hear me, though, because it was Wishbone. It was not Busy.
Oh. Shit.
The brain was there. The dots were just not connecting it at the right spot. You know what I mean? It was like, that's a member of Bone Thugs and Harmony. I just the verbalization did not connect with the brain, and so I said the wrong name. But he didn't hear me. He kept walking, Came back a little while later, grabbed a drink, sat down, and I said, Wish, what up, bro? And we ended up watching.
So hold on. For those that are following, you said you seen a Bone Thugs and Harmony member, and we're in Des Moines, Iowa right now.
100%. They were in town.
Where are we at?
They were in town for the Halloween performance at Valor Ballroom.
Okay.
And they happened to be up at Johnny's eating dinner.
Okay.
Yeah, you know
Bone
what
Thugs
I mean?
and Harmony.
Yep. And then I ended up watching Game 6 of the World Series with Flesh, Wish, and Crazy Bone. And then I got to chopping it up with them, explain what I do, and Wish gave me tickets and asked me to come shoot pictures.
Man, you see how that works?
Yeah.
This is why this is EmceeTV. You know what I'm saying? He fucks with your favorite rappers on a regular basis, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I tried to tell y'all this for years.
It was so I was, and shout out to my homegirl Camille, who I was bartending with that night, because she was like, hey, go ahead and slide out with them fools, and I'll finish cleaning up here. You know what I mean? I know that's what you want to do, so don't worry about it. I got the rest of this. Go ahead and go. So much props to her. Yeah, because I wouldn't have been there on time had I not. So
shout out Il Camille.
Yeah, she was definitely looking out for me. And the wife ran me she rounded up all my camera gear and ran the bag up to work so I could just leave right from work. There was a lot of pieces that had to come together for this.
Teamwork. Shout out to the wife for life. You dig?
For real talk.
Hey,
yeah, she definitely. That's beautiful. She came through, and then so I shot them pictures and did that, and then. Yesterday I had an interview. I take it back. Tuesday, we have an interview coming with Chris Webby, because I sat down with Chris Webby, had him in studio. He gave me 45 minutes.
Listen to this.
Yeah. I mean, we got an exclusive. He talked to all sorts of exclusives. We got some nice video footage we're going to incorporate into the interview. Originally we were going to try and go live, but it didn't end up happening. But we got an exclusive with Chris Webby. He sat down. The homie Sean came through and recorded it for me. Shout out my dude Sean. And then last night I linked up with Snotty Nose Rez Kids, some dudes from Vancouver, Canada, just right outside of Vancouver. And they sat down with me and they told me their story. And I got about another 45 minutes with them backstage at Valor Ballroom before I went in and shot pictures for Prof, Snotty Nose Rez Kids, and Reeves Jr. And so this was, I mean, almost every day of the week I was doing something hip hop and interviews and had the mics running. Got some new mics out here for traveling and interviewing and whatnot.
Very nice.
And so those plug right into the DSLR. And the pro tip for y'all, in the past I've had issues where I've had different camera dudes behind the scenes that maybe forgot to hit record on one device or did not have some audio hooked up or whatever. I now hook up 2 different recording devices to make sure that in the event one fails, I do have a redundancy backup to make sure that A, I'm getting it from 2 angles, and B, if somebody doesn't do something right, at least I got a backup. I double my chances of getting it right.
Man, that's dope. You love to see people working, man. Sounds like you had a very busy weekend, you know what I'm saying, doing what you love to do, though. So that's a good thing, you know what I'm saying?
It was beautiful, man. The fans were receptive. Everything was real cool. It was a lot of fun.
Well, I'm going to get into worldwide hip hop if that's okay.
Let's do it, bro. Let's do it.
So this first article comes in via Hip Hop DX. You know what I'm sizzling. The question is, will we ever see Nas and Kendrick Lamar on the same song?
Okay.
So Nas is not ruling it out, sitting down with Complex ahead of his appearance at New York Comic-Con to promote Mass Appeal in Marvel's new Legend Has It comic book collaboration. The Queensbridge rap legend has asked about the prospect of jumping on a track with King Kenny. Quote, "Oh man, it's just all about the artist," quote. He answered, quote, When you get a chance to record and work together, for me, it should really be natural. That would be great. I'd love to work with him, but I feel like it would have to be smooth the way it connects. Anything I do with anybody, especially someone like Kendrick, I just want to take my time with it. So we'll see, hopefully, quote. Nas then modestly joked, quote, "All you MCs out there, give me a call, man. I got some verses here and there. They're hit or miss," quote. How do you feel about that, Steve? Nas and Kendrick Lamar, and yeah.
I think that, first of all, I think that'd be epic. You know what I mean? Some ultra lyrical type stuff. You know what I mean? Ike Billingsley up in here. Hit us with the fire emoji. Shout out Ike. We're up in here talking Nas and Kendrick linking up possibly. To me, that
That's
would
my
be massive.
relative. Shout out Ike. Shout out Ike.
Okay, nice. That's what's up, bro. Appreciate you jumping into live today. Yeah, to me that is super exciting. That would be a very cool track to hear. You know what I mean? That's like Nas and Jay on a track, or Big and Jay on a track. You know what I mean? We're just talking some supreme lyrical hip hop mastery at that point. You know what I mean? And I think it would be cool. I like the fact that he said, I don't want it to feel forced. You know what I mean? I don't want it to feel like we're doing it just for the fans and we're going through the motions here, and it's not something that I.
And when I hear him say that, I immediately think I don't want him just to send me a song that already has a hook and be like, hey, you just drop your verse and send it back type shit. That's what I get when he says that.
Yeah, well, and he says he did say something in there about it's got to be all about the artist, and he is the artist too. You know what I mean? And so I think that there was a little bit of a subliminal in there, almost. You know what I mean? Like, we've got to make sure we're both vibing on this. You know what I mean? I don't want to be the only one out here that wants to do this. So, but yeah, I mean, I think the fans would definitely love it. That would be huge, and why not? You know what I mean? Like, Nas is definitely the dude to do that, if anybody.
And Mass Appeal is doing major things right now. They just dropped a new Big L album too. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Big L. They're about to drop the brand new De La Soul project. You know what I'm saying? You're about to be talking about that next. And man, Nas is busy, dog. So go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead. Finish your thought, bro.
Nas and Kendrick together, man, that'll be insanity. I feel like, you know, especially if the temperature's right. And if it's a beat that where they could just both go crazy, you know what I'm saying? That shit has ultra potential for the real hip hop heads, you dig? So I'm looking forward to that one happening. And just for them talking about it, I think, hey, they probably already working type shit.
The gears are turning. The gears are turning. Yep. Yeah. So I was gonna do this on a separate live, just for fun, and maybe I will, but we're gonna go ahead and do some new and exclusive. I ain't even seen this yet, but it came in the mail the other day. We're talking Mass Appeal, so why not? It says Gemini Comic Supply.
We were just talking about that,
and this is what we got. We got Legend Has It, the new Marvel comic from Mass Appeal.
Yeah.
And then I got the backup, the secondary.
You know what I'm saying? Shit. So all you comic heads, shit, Steve already 10 steps ahead of you. He out there promoting at the New York Comic Con. This motherfucker already got it in his hands.
I figured that this was one that was necessary to do that. You know what I mean? Like, I am a little bit of a comic head. Me and Nuisance used to collect them when we were kids. And you know, something hip hop related like that's limited edition. I felt like it was going to have to be something that was up in the collection. I got the Eminem Spider-Man edition that Marvel dropped, and a couple other ones. You know what I mean? Mainly just the hip hop stuff anymore. But you know, that one was huge. So shout out to Mass Appeal and everybody affiliated with that one.
Well, you might as well take us right into the next one because they're all affiliated. It all ties in together.
We're going to go ahead and slide right into the De La Soul. This one comes in from Hip Hop DX. Let me cue up the image real quick for us since I'm playing producer and guest. This one says, De La Soul has revealed the title of their new album on Mass Appeal, and it commemorates their fallen member, The Dove and Maceo appeared. True Joy.
Yep.
True Joy, The Dove, Posnus, and Maceo appeared at a New York Comic-Con panel on Friday, October 10th, alongside Nas, Raekwon, Ghostface Killah, DJ Premier, and Slick Rick to promote Mass Appeal and Marvel's new Legend Has It comic book collection.
Nasty.
Yeah. While discussing the group's upcoming 9th LP, which is due out in November via Mass Appeal Records, Paz reflected on True Joy 2023's passing and how it impacted the recording process. When we lost him, I came and got Maceo out of the hole. We were all broken, but I kind of took on the role in Beat Street where I was like, yo, man, we got to treat Dave like Ramon. We got to keep him alive. We got to celebrate him, he said. That's dope. That's dope. That, you know what I mean. They even in their moment of tragedy, they mustered the strength to come together and said, you know what, we gotta keep this one going.
Yeah, man. De La Soul's legendary. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, like I said previously, man. Shout out to Nas. You know what I'm saying? Mass appeal, man. Keeping these legends relevant and keeping them alive, man. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to True Joy. And these guys are about to, you know, one monkey don't stop no show, and you love to see it. I love to see all the legends and originals still being active and bringing back music with a message, because it is much needed in this climate that we're living in. You dig?
Yeah, it's epic to see stuff like this come together, and a label like Mass Appeal that really is respected and is able to rock with the greats and the legends like this. You know what I mean? And they've got the respect of the whole hip hop community, the streets, everything. You know what I mean? So when they tap in on something and get to doing something like this, it's very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure we got new Raekwon, we had new Ghostface, we had new Slick Rick this year. Like, that's crazy shit. You feel me?
Yeah. And Ghostface jumped on the Cream beat the other day, I saw, and did a remix and ate it up, bro.
I bet.
Oh, it was nasty. It was nasty. Somebody shared it on Instagram, and it was like a repost or whatever. And I saw it, and I was like, damn, Ghost coming at it like that.
Yeah, dog. So, man, shout out to De La Soul, man. And once again, shout out to Nas and Mass Appeal.
You know, the cool part is, I remember years ago, let me turn off this graphic real quick because we're talking about something different. I remember years ago when DMX was down at Woolies, and I was talking about it at work, and this young cat was up in there, and he said, what was the last shit he dropped? You know what I mean? And which was shocking to me, right? And that's kind of the point, but not necessarily the point, because so in this climate of what have you done for me lately? What was your last hit? You know what I mean? Everything's at my fingertips. I don't know any of this old shit. That's my parents' music or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When we see stuff like this coming out, it introduces that new generation to these legendary MCs, the shit we grew up on. And I get it. A lot of us think that because we kind of driving the bus at this point, a lot of us think that was the golden era of hip hop. But I mean, that was when a lot of these amazing careers were broke for these pioneers and MCs that are controlling the game still to this day. And so to me, for these cats, it was special to us because we got to see their careers being made. But a lot of these MCs are still relevant today. The youth just doesn't realize that because they look at them like they're old heads. But for them to be still breaking new music, I think it will introduce that music to these young cats. And then they have that opportunity to go through the same experience we did. Like, damn, who is this dude? Not to mention, now once they come up on them, there's this whole back catalog of work that they're going to be introduced to. I mean, that's how I do it. I go down the rabbit hole and I go, oh, there's this album, this album, this album. Where did this dude come from? I didn't know nothing about him. Thoughts on that?
There's definitely a thing where there's the old versus the young. You know what I'm saying? I don't know exactly where it comes from. I feel like once upon a time the youth used to respect the old. I feel like once upon a time the respect was there, but man, I don't know.
Well, and I think even when I was a kid, like I didn't mess with my parents' music or whatever. You know what I mean? We were definitely on two different waves in terms of that. But
to be fair though, your parents' music, there wasn't really no rap wasn't around then though.
Right.
When they was coming up.
100%.
So who's to say?
Those are different. They can't really, it's not really apples to apples. You know what I mean? You're comparing different things.
Right.
In terms of that. Yeah. So it's not really comparable, but hip hop and rap has been around for our generation and our kids' generation, being this newer generation, Gen Z or whatever it is. And yeah, it's a different thing. It's a different thing. But either way, I hope they get to go down the same road that we did and discover Ghostface's new verse and that Cream record. And and come up on some of Big L's catalog and De La Soul and all of it is fantastic music that's still out here. The new Mobb Deep record, you know what I mean? I mean, that's just the mass appeal stuff that's coming out right now. But there's so much stuff that's still coming out from legendary MCs that deserve just as much respect as the youngins give NLE Chopper or whoever else.
Yeah. Man, pay your dues, man. You should I ain't saying you ain't necessarily gotta glaze the originators or the ones that came before you, but I mean it definitely doesn't hurt to know who they are and be hip to their material. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you gotta love everybody just because it came out before you. You gotta love it and worship it and put it on a pedestal. No, I ain't saying all that, but at least be able, you know what I'm saying, to say you've digested it before and have a real opinion on it.
Yeah, being receptive, being open to the fact that it's there is always a good thing.
Yeah. Like you were saying, motherfuckers is like, oh, that's old head shit. He talking about that shit. That's old. Ain't nobody listening to that type of shit. Oh, listen to those beats, or you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, man, motherfuckers is just crazy disrespectful about people's art forms, dog. Like, nobody cares, man.
Well, and it's wild to me. We've talked about this before, that somebody can play one record and be like, you know, maybe this took a man a week to write or whatever, just one song, and then play it one time and go, yes, it's whatever. You know what I mean? Like, bro,
play it one time and be like, yeah, that dude's trash, bro.
Yeah.
Like, summed them all the way up in one record. You know what I'm saying? Don't need to hear no more. Yeah, buddy's trash. Like, damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy work.
It's an interesting synopsis of somebody's art that all boils down to a handful of words. And you just go, yeah, that's my review. It's all right. Not for me. Like, whoa.
The motherfucker spend 5 years creating an album. You spend 90 seconds of each song. You're like, yeah, it's pretty trash. Ain't for me, dog. Like, damn.
Yeah, that's some different shit.
Yeah, let's move on, man.
Real talk.
This next shit comes in via hotnewhiphop.com. This is regarding the homie Durkio. The court dismissed a $12 million lawsuit against Lil Durk over claims that he and his team messed up an investment deal. Lil Durk has been having a hard time in prison for the past year, and his murder for hire trial is set to begin early next year. While he still has a lot of support from behind bars, from loved ones and fans, recent updates range from promising to upsetting. However, according to an exclusive All Hip Hop report from grouchy Greg Watkins, the Chicago rapper recently got some good legal news. Per United States District Court records, the court dismissed a lawsuit against him from Exceed Talent Capital. The 2023 suit sought $12.5 million, also targeted the Only the Family label, that's OTF, and Smirk's former manager, Andrew Bonzu. Exceed claimed that India's Man and his team falsely promised them perpetual rights to the track Bedtime in exchange for 600 bands. After paying 450 bands, they allegedly learned that Durk's exclusive deal with Sony's Alamo Records nullified this agreement. Alamo Records sent Exceed and cease and desist letter in May of 2023 and clarified that he and his team do not have the authority to give rights to records.
Oof. That sounds like that one might still be getting unpacked. Even though it's been dismissed for now, you can't sign two deals. One, you know what I mean? I don't know. That sounds messy. So if that's like somebody doing a deal with Strange Music and then double dipping and doing a deal with somebody else and giving
Death Row, bitch.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, you can't do that, bro. But you also don't want to kick a man while he's down. Clearly, it's tough for Durk to sort this out while he's in prison.
Oh, man, that's terrible. For now, at least it's dismissed for now, shit. You understand? One more problem off the table, shit. We fight for freedom again.
Yeah.
You know, all the focus is back on that case.
Yeah. It's I guess props to him, I guess. I don't know. It sounds like somebody's out a whole bunch of money, though.
It sounds like it's a W for Durkio at the moment.
Yeah. I'm sure the record label will figure out some way to recoup their funds or whatever. So ETC, Exceed Talent Capital, gave Dirk $600,000 in exchange for an exclusive on Bedtime, but Sony already had the exclusive for it.
Yeah.
Oof. Funky. It's no good. It's no good. Yeah. I don't want to be caught in no situation like that. That is, it's not ideal, to say the least.
Good way to sleep with the fishes.
You know what I'm saying? You're definitely going to have some ruffled feathers. You can buy a few houses for 600,000.
Yeah, maybe not these days.
No doubt, right? Okay, on to the next one. Ray, you just sent me this video this morning. I saw it. This one comes in from Hot New Hip Hop. It says, boom. It says, NLE Choppa, now NLE The Great, is far away from the days of wanting to reconcile with NBA YoungBoy via collaboration. The article goes on to say NBA YoungBoy proudly hails from Baton Rouge, and some of his various hip hop beefs are sadly with fellow natives with whom that regional connection just wasn't enough. However, when it comes to this current and one-sided at press time beef with NLE Choppa, now known as NLE The Great, he's very much got the city behind him. Well, Choppa chose to obfuscate. That's a new word for me. Obfuscate that notion in a way, as he reportedly put a billboard up in Louisiana City promoting his new YoungBoy diss track KO. On it, the Memphis rapper calls him out as a negative role model, among many other jabs over a hit 'em up network rework.
So NLE The Great drops a music video called KO, a diss track, and a highly, there was a lot of money put into this production, you know what I'm saying? Or a lot of thought, at least.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely looks like they paid top dollar for this production. The lighting and the scenes and everything and the choreography. I mean, somebody paid big bucks for this for sure.
Yeah, and a lot. I see some NLE fans, saluting it. Finally somebody, going at young boy. They feel like that's that could take them down type shit. But then I see a whole lot of people saying that it's ultra corny. The music video's corny, and they think he's silly because I guess once upon a time he had a record saluting young boy or talking about free young boy or something like that. I don't know. So
it is interesting. Well, and then he took a page out of Kendrick's book by doing the billboard.
Yeah,
because Kendrick did that to Drake, and so he took a page out of his book. When the beef gets hot, I'm gonna go ahead and just take out a billboard and put you up on the wall, and that ain't cheap either. So I mean, there was a budget for this without a doubt.
And I think NLE Choppa, he can actually rap, you know what I'm saying? I've heard records where I'm like, damn, Cuddy's rapping, NBA YoungBoy, he's obviously the dominant hip hop star right now today. That's not really for me though. He's got a couple records that, I could bop to, but that's that young man's music. That's that young man's music.
So I haven't dug in on either one of them a whole bunch. NLE Choppa's from Memphis, and NBA YoungBoy is signed up with Cash Money, and he's holding it down for New Orleans, to my understanding. Is NLE Choppa? So he's on Warner Brothers and No Love Records, which is probably something that he owns on his own. He's 23 years old. Let's see. NBA YoungBoy is, how old is he? He's 26 years old from Baton Rouge. I said New Orleans, but he's from Baton Rouge. And he is, as of recently, right? He signed up with Cash Money, and they did a big announcement during the Verzuz that we just recently talked about, if I'm not correct. Or at least they flexed it on Verzuz anyways.
I'm like I said, I don't know that he signed with Cash Money. I know that they're definitely aligned together though, and Birdman co-signed and put the stamp on him, as far as I know.
Okay, so AI, not always correct, but Google Gemini, when I throw it in there, says no, NBA YoungBoy is not officially signed to Birdman's Cash Money,
Right.
although Birdman has publicly supported and mentored him, and they have a
Right.
history of collaboration.
Yep.
NBA YoungBoy has reportedly had deals with Atlantic Records and Motown Records, and there have been rumors of a $60 million deal with Cash Money, but no official confirmed contract is public yet. 60 $60 million.
And music.
Yeah.
To do music.
So here's recent statements. In late 2025, Birdman stated that NBA YoungBoy's next record deal could be worth between $200 million and $300 million, indicating that he is not currently under contract with Cash Money, but is a major artist expecting to secure a lucrative deal in the future. And that reference comes from Instagram, Vibe Magazine, and Facebook post. It's the cited sources for that one.
Yeah, man. Y'all go watch that music video, man. Let us know what you think, man. It's the beat is a Hit 'em Up rework. You know, Hit 'em Up is the infamous Tupac diss, you know what I'm saying, towards the Bad Boy staff record label.
Shout out Tremaine up in here with us.
You know,
yeah, I didn't catch that at first, but you pointed that out after the fact. I just played it on my phone, so I'm gonna have to play it on the headphones or with the studio monitors up in here, and I'll get a better listen to it. He's rapping kind of at a fast pace too, and so I didn't catch all the bars, and kind of like we were talking about earlier. I got to go through and play it a couple times, but I am interested to hear it.
Yeah, so y'all check that out. Let us know what y'all think.
Real talk. Next up to bat, we got Lil Wayne. And we go back to the verses, kind of like we were talking about earlier.
Yep.
All right, so this article comes in from Hot New Hip Hop. It says Lil Wayne has recently performed with BG, the Hot Boys, and the rest of Cash Money on multiple occasions, but he missed out on a massive night at Complex Con last Sunday, October 26th. The Cash Money and No Limit Versus battle took place, but he was nowhere in sight. Quote, I talked to Wayne yesterday. Quote, he remarked concerning Lil Wayne. This must be BG. Yep. And I talked to Wayne the morning before the Verzuz. Shorty wasn't feeling good. He had a concert the same night, and he canceled that as well. Swiss was even hurt behind it. Because for real, that's the reason Swizz pulled the trigger on it. Because Wayne agreed. Shorty, he got muscle. But yeah, man, I think it was that Shorty wasn't feeling good. He definitely was supposed to be there. He told me that he wasn't feeling good and he had to go to the hospital or something like that. People will be thinking that it was whatever. But at the end of the day, like I told him, man, we ain't spring chickens no more. You got to make sure your health. Get your rest. You're running 35 years strong.
So that's good for me that's out there and clarified, you know, because there was all types of, you know, people start speculating and making all types of rumors why Lil Wayne wasn't there. So if he didn't show up just because he was actually sick, you know, that's good. I'm glad it's none of that negative shit that people are saying, you know.
I'll be honest, that's where my brain went. Not sick. I thought he dodged it because there was underlying issues between him and some of the people from the camp.
And if you get online, you can see all types of reasons. I'm not going to say any of them because, you know, some of them are like, damn, like, that's what we own. Like,
it's wild to see a little bit of information come out and where people's minds go with it. And then mob mentality will latch onto that. And people will take one level of something and raise it up another one. Then the next person comes along and it just keeps escalating things to a crazy level, you know?
I mean, we love negativity.
People thrive on it.
We love negativity. Like we want it to be bad so we can share it and be the first person to tell somebody some fucked up shit. Like, hey, nigga, did you know that Lil Wayne didn't go to because of this? And,
yeah. Is that just show something fucked up about us?
Oh yeah,
people in general.
Most definitely.
It can't be healthy, right?
It's not, man. We're desensitized. Desensitized, man. But whatever Wayne's going through, hope he getting better. You know, and unfortunately, him being there was a major blow to the Cash Money side because they were not able to play the Lil Wayne records, and Wayne has a lot of huge records over there that maybe could have got them the win that night.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and it definitely would have stood out a lot more. You know what I mean? He was kind of their LeBron for a while. You know what I mean? They had all their eggs in one basket essentially, with Lil Wayne, and decided that he was going to represent the camp more than anybody else. And I think that, you know, he did a good job of that for a lot of years. But you know, in a situation like this where he's not there to represent and he's removed from the equation, what do you have on your catalog?
Yeah, man.
I mean, Juvenile was a phenomenal artist, and all those other dudes that represented definitely were as well, but they weren't backed in the same way that Lil Wayne was.
I don't know. Juvenile was him for a while, dog.
For sure. Well, and as the Hot Boys, they were all one thing together. You know what I mean? But I think for whatever reason, as the money deciding players behind Cash Money decided to back, instead of dividing the money evenly or whatever, you know, whatever the choice was, they decided to put a little more effort, or maybe that was a Juvie decision. Maybe Juvie said, you know what, I'm not the guy. Let Wayne be the guy. You know, maybe he fell back for some reason.
I think there was a time where, you know, Juvie had left Cash Money, BG was off of Cash Money, you know, Turk was off of Cash Money, and it was Birdman and Weezy, and they had to do what they had to do, and they started that father-son duo shit and Birdman Jr. shit and put it on their back.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's well, and because even Manny Fresh had left, you know what I mean, and it was just Birdman, and so was, I guess maybe this is a naive question, but was Manny Fresh there for the Verzuz?
Yeah, and he performed.
Oh, okay. All right.
He was their DJ and he performed, I want to say.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, shout out Fresh, man.
Yeah.
Fresh, I want to say Fresh and Juvie got a whole new album out, completely produced by Fresh.
That's what's up.
I feel like that.
So riding on this same thought, but a little bit of a switch gears. I just saw. Let's do this, Ray. Would you ever do a cruise? What are your ideas on that?
Man, my mother wants the family to do one, but I'm like, no, man. I'm getting in no motherfucking water where you can't see no land, man.
So that it does sketch me out a little bit, because I don't want to buy a 5-day cruise and then get out there and find out that I have anxiety or I'm uncomfortable or something, and then you're stuck out there for 5 days. Like, damn, what am I gonna do now?
No water with no sharks, man.
But there was just the Rock the Bells cruise that just went out, and it had the homie Demrick, Exhibit, and a gang of other folks on it, and Manny Fresh was on there as well. And I just saw Demrick posted a freestyle session with Lupe Fiasco, Demrick, and Manny Fresh was on the beat, cooking up the beats in real time while they were freestyling on the Rock the Bells cruise. And so that came in, that popped up into my mind. Shout out Demrick and the new album. What is it? Ooh. It is, right?
I don't remember.
I think
shout out Demrick.
Yeah, shout out Demrick and the new album. Ooh, go peep it out. He kills it on the freestyle. Lupe Fiasco does too. But I thought it was a cool idea, and to do one of those themed cruises would be kind of fun. You know what I mean? You get out there, you get to see music 24/7 with a whole bunch of like-minded people. You're having fun. You stop off in the Bahamas 2 or 3 times, and you know what I mean? I don't know about the little submarine window, and that's all I could see. And I'm 30 levels below the boat. You know what I mean? Like that would mess with me mentally, but you know, maybe I'll just get a Valium in me and we go.
Ain't getting in no water with no sharks, man.
Oh, it's cold too. It's cold.
No. Y'all motherfuckers ain't ever seen the movie Titanic? No.
I hope the gear is better than that one now, but I get what you're saying. Shout out to everybody that joined the podcast today. Ray, we got football coming up here. How the Cowboys looking? So we didn't do a podcast last Sunday, I don't think. But the Cowboys played. You guys had a Sunday game, didn't you? Last week?
Yeah, man, we got whooped on, dog.
Okay. Who do you guys got this week?
The Cardinals.
Okay.
I want to say the
Is that a home?
Arizona Cardinals.
Are you guys playing in Arizona, or are you back at the home spot?
I'm not sure, man. I gotta pull that shit up.
I'm
Let's
pulling it
pull
up right now for us here.
I'm not sure.
I clicked on the wrong thing.
So it looks like we got the Monday night game.
Okay.
Against the
Looks
Cardinals, favored to win.
Okay. Are you guys? Does it say whether you're home or not?
Yeah, we're home.
Okay.
We're home, and I know their quarterback's not playing, Kyler Murray, so it should be we should win the game, but I imagine it'll be by close margins.
Wow. I hope you guys win. It looks like the noon games today are Chicago and Cincinnati, Minnesota and Detroit. Let's go Detroit. I got a lot of love for Minnesota. Shout out to all the homies up there, but I'm leaning towards Detroit. That's a home game anyways. It's at Ford Field. Oh, Detroit. So if it says negative 9.5 for Detroit on the line, that means they're favored?
Yeah,
okay.
By 9.5 points.
Okay, all right. I'm getting into this.
Yeah.
Carolina and Green Bay are at noon today at Lambeau. The Chargers and Titans are in Nashville today at noon. Falcons and Patriots are up at Foxborough today at noon. San Francisco Niners and New York Giants are in New Jersey today at noon. A lot of noon games. Indianapolis and the Colts and Steelers today at noon in Pittsburgh. And Denver and Houston today in Houston at noon.
Man. So today I'll be in the noon games. That Vikings and Lions will be interesting, and probably that Colts and Steelers. I'd probably want to see what's going on with that.
Looks like the Bears are favored. It's an away game for them against Cincinnati, but they're favored by 2.5 points. 2.5 points isn't a whole bunch, though, right?
No, I don't know. It's less than a field goal.
Right. So
fucking Bengals suck, though. The Bears suck. They both trash, dog.
Chiefs got the 3:30 game against Buffalo. That should be a good game. That's gonna be a tough one.
And for those listening, yes, I know the Bears beat the Cowboys, but the Cowboys suck too. That's not the point. That's not my point. I know we ain't shit. We ain't shit. I know we ain't shit. So, but y'all ain't shit either. So that's the point.
I like that you're dedicated enough, but also humble enough to go, you know what? When I got to admit it, I got to admit it. You know what I mean?
Man, hey, lying ain't gonna do nobody no good. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, just keep it real, dog. When you trash, you trash. You know, and it's just that.
Well, I hope you guys have a great job today. Like I said, Chiefs and Buffalo today. That should be a good game. I mean, Mahomes ain't walking away, and Josh Allen ain't just gonna walk away. So
that's gonna be a great game. The Bills got the Chiefs in the regular season statistically. I want to say Josh Allen has beat them in the regular season 4 times, last 3 or 4 times for sure. But the Chiefs got their card in the playoffs where it matters. So
it says the Chiefs are favored -2.5. Over under is 53.5. I don't know exactly what all that means, but I think we just agreed that 2.5 points favored is not that much. So
they're basically saying the Chiefs are going to win by a field goal in their estimation.
Okay, and that's from ESPN is what I'm looking at. Yeah. So,
and I think total there's going to be about 53.5 points scored between both teams total.
Okay, so if you just divided that down the middle, it'd be like 26 and 26.
They're saying it's probably going to be a score of somewhere like, you know what I'm saying? I'd say 24 to like, you know, some shit in that range.
Okay. Yeah. Somebody going to win just by
24 to 28 or something like that.
Yeah.
25, 28.
Okay. Now I'm picking up how it all works.
Yeah. So
late to the football gambling.
The Chiefs are on fire right now, though, and the Bills are kind of, trying to. They just had a big game against the Panthers, so technically they both hitting stride right now. It'll be a good game. That's probably our game of the week right there, Chiefs and Bills.
Okay, and then shout out to the homie DZ. We got him on Tuesday. Seattle plays Washington tonight for the late game at 7:20. Seattle is favored, but just by a little bit.
Fuck the Commanders, bud. Hey, let's go Seattle. Let's go Seahawks. Hey, shout out to DZ, man. Landover, you know what I'm saying? They need to land over Maryland and take them out the game tonight. You dig?
And speaking of DZ, tap in Tuesday. We got an exclusive with DZ. He gonna be on here talking about the new record, "The Real Is Back," and the new record with the GFG Camp. Ray, what's your record called again, bro?
Smoke and Ride, produced by Tremaine, featuring CP and Test One. Hits all platforms November 10th.
Okay, that's a little more than a week away. Just a week from tomorrow, essentially.
Yeah, though. 8 days, baby.
Yeah. So keep your eyes open for that. Definitely do the pre-save. I think we can throw that in the description here. And, we can tap in on Tuesday because Tuesday about 4 o'clock Central Time, we're going to have DZ on here. Drop us a comment in the comment section. And maybe we'll be able to throw DZ a couple questions and we'll let him know what the fans think at EmceeTV.
Yeah, man. Shout out DZ and T Nutty, man. They got a new project out right now. So get with it.
Hell yeah.
It's called Playmakers. Playmakers, I want to say.
That's what's up. All right, man, this was a great podcast. We did a nice recap. We flowed right into some headlines and news, and then we closed it out with a little sports, and we set the hook for the next episode just to let them know what we got going down. You know what I mean?
Hello. Shit.
All right. Until next time, it's your boy Wilson from EmceeTV.
It's your boy Bigg Ray West, BIGG, representing the west side of Des Moines, Iowa, not to be confused with the West Coast, and they know.
And we out, y'all. Peace. Happy Sunday.
We've been known to snatch a piece or two. Y'all can't take over cause we gon' eat the you. Rock steady like a ginger brought Aretha through. This shit torture and I'ma keep feeding you. On that East Coast shit, y'all better duck down. Price on his dome, 5 on it like yuck mouth. When the plug get knocked, that's when the price jump. American Nightmare, that's where the Spice One. Rappers running like Ricky in the alleyway. Putting an end to the week, no Saturday. They want static, get it shaking like Cassius Clay. Passionate thugs mixing Douce with Alizé.
Don't play with us, them goons ain't got you safe enough. Yellow fuck them like Smokey off the angel dust. My life so real, sounds like I made it up. Been up so long, I don't remember waking up. Dangerous, sharper than a razor's touch. We hit that script and get the caking up. God hate ugly, so ain't no saving us. Been up so long, I don't remember waking up.
Big